What's up, YouTubian?
What's going on, everybody?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Greetings.
However, whenever you're watching this, we appreciate you because you already know time is expensive.
Thank you for tuning in.
And thank you for subscribing, bot or not. But if you're here for the first time, this show is about everything and anything creative. Anything that sparks your creativity in whatever medium you dabble in.
Yes, expressing your creative soul.
And welcome to another episode of Creativity
Unsheath.
I'm Oliver Siegel.
And I'm Nino.
And yes, we are brothers.
Yes, we are.
And this is the show where we feel
That we can't stress enough that trust is very expensive and dangerous.
yes. Because it is a double edge. Showing that vulnerability, being transparent with whatever you're feeling or dealing with, and you just don't know who's going to use that against you.
Right? And then that's not a bad thing. It's just that people take advantage of it.
Yeah.
That's the double edge.
Yep. And why we're talking about this and what we're looking in today is triple threats. Yes.
Yes, very under the radar, I believe.
Under the military radar, however you want to look at this.
Right.
Because this movie is just way better than the Expendables 1, 2, and 3, and 4.
Yeah.
And we will talk about Expendables 4 and who's in it.
Nice.
Based off of this movie,
Nice.
Triple Threat.
Nice.
And this movie was directed by Jesse V. Johnson. If you look at his catalog, you know, he's definitely known for his action-packed films.
Yes.
And, you know, definitely directed a handful of Scott Adkins movies. So he definitely knows his stuff.
Yeah,
So,
it's like taking the classic 80s, Missing in Action, Chuck Norris, you
Right.
know, Delta Force,
anything,
Rambo,
right? Anything military.
Yeah.
You know, you'll hit that 80s nostalgia in this movie.
for sure.
So in this gritty action thriller, we're getting a crime syndicate placing a hit on a billionaire's daughter, making her the target of an elite assassin squad.
Yeah, a MacGuffin, if you will, almost.
Yeah, definitely a MacGuffin story.
Yeah, man. Classic story, right?
It does seem like a basic story arc, but what makes this movie even more special to watch because of the martial arts action.
Yes.
Right? Probably the best group of martial artists put together.
Yeah,
You know?
I agree.
From decades of the past and present, you know, it stars Tony Jaa, Iko Uwais,
Nice.
Tiger Chen, Scott Adkins, Michael Jai White.
What?
The list goes on, but it's definitely a star-studded cast. But in this movie, Tony is playing Payu, Iko is playing Jaka, Tiger is playing Long Fei, Scott Adkins is playing Collins, Michael Jai White is playing Devereaux, Michael Bisling's playing Joey, Selena Jade is playing
The Heiress.
Dee Harris, and like the billionaire's daughter,
Right.
right? The philanthropist, if you will.
Yeah, Tien Xiaojian.
Right. So the movie starts off where, you know, Devereaux, Michael Jai's character, he hires Tony Jaa and Tiger Chen's character.
Kind of like the GPS. Like, they know the area more.
Yeah.
Kind of being like locals. Like, you know where to go. You know where
Definitely.
they are.
Yeah. So on this mission, they end up in Thailand, and Devereaux hires them and tells them, "Oh, you know, we just need you guys because we need to free some prisoners."
Yeah.
But really, they're there to free Collins.
Yeah.
Scott Adkins' character, and Tony and Tiger. They do not know that they're being set up.
Yeah.
So as the mission continues, they invade this village that's guarded by Indonesian soldiers and just raising terror, shooting up the whole place.
Like a massacre, man.
For real. And it wakes up Iko's character, Jaka. But in this crossfire, his wife gets caught in it, and she dies from her gunshot wounds.
Yes.
And loses that control, right? And, you know, wants to go seek out that revenge. And
Avenge her.
yeah.
Yeah.
So he goes out and, you know, tries to find the source of this mayhem.
Yeah.
But then he ends up fighting Tony Jaa's character, Payu.
Yep.
In this fight, dude, I mean, for us, it's definitely iconic.
Yeah.
You know, us being fans of Tony Jaa.
Yeah.
And then now Iko, based off of those two Raid movies.
Okay.
It's like Spider-Man versus Batman you know, if you want to put it that way, or you know, just equivalent to seeing superheroes on the big screen.
Yeah.
You know, it's like these martial artists have definitely paved their way in their own right.
Yeah.
You know, Tony especially, and now Iko.
Yeah.
And just seeing them in this fight, man, it's just like
Iko got the Silat style, and then Tony with the Muay Thai.
Right. 20 years into his training, looked like he gotten more flexible, or like he just modified his Muay Thai.
Yeah.
You know, this fight sequence was so good. You know, kind of like one of those things like, oh, what ifs.
Yeah,
you know?
stars align.
Right.
Your favorite martial artists are on screen together.
Dude, this fight is one of them.
Hell yeah.
But unfortunately, this fight gets cut short because one of the soldiers, Mook, shoots a grenade launcher and just cuts that fight short.
Yeah.
And then Tiger Chen gets Tony, and then they have to regroup with Devereaux and the rest of them. Fast forward, you know, they find Collins and they free him. The wig kind of looked fake.
Yeah.
But it looked like Drake.
Looks like Drake, for sure, dude.
The rapper Drake.
Yeah, check it out, y'all.
Yeah, comment below. You guys let us know. But yeah, story continues. Story continues. Tony and Tiger, they thought they're going to free the rest of the prisoners, but no, it was a double cross.
Yeah.
They get knocked out, they get thrown into the pit, and then they set a bomb for like 2 minutes. But Tony and Tiger were able to come to. They escaped, and they were still get the prisoners out.
Yeah, freedom as well.
Right?
Yeah.
And just in time before the bomb went off.
Right.
But from there, it's like either they have to get the revenge, but they don't know how.
To make ends meet, they're doing like underground fighting and stuff.
Fight clubs and whatnot.
It's really actually a good story if you really think about it.
Of how it is.
Piece together. Even with Iko's character.
Right.
Chaka.
And speaking of Jacka, he finds this underground fight club where Tony and Tiger fight by hiring a civilian, you know, to find them. And, you know, luckily enough he did. He came back with the right intel, he paid him off, and he went to this club.
Yeah.
When you walk into this club, you really feel Angbak. You know, just that kind of environment. Like,
Yeah. The ring looked like the one from Sherlock Holmes with Robert Downey.
oh, when he did those underground fights as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
yeah.
ring looked the same.
Totally, dude. The story continues as Iko walked in. We see Tony. Tony Jaa about to partake in his fight.
Yeah.
And this dude that he's about to fight is definitely towering over him. You know, bigger, stronger, not faster, but that fight sequence was pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know, I'm pretty sure Iko, being a bystander, thought it was cool too. Like, whoa,
Whoa.
he's that good. I remember him.
I remember him. Yeah, I mean, given that Tony is small, but it just shows how Muay Thai, no matter how your size, how you break it down, how you break down the opponent, like you wear him down, tear him down.
Yeah, like by hitting vital points, right?
Yeah, it feels like running hoops, man. Like, little cardio, dude.
And that one move that Tony executed felt like a Street Fighter move, right? It's like the way he spun in the air and just landing that
His
elbow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. You guys gotta see that fight for yourselves, yo.
For sure, like a spinning elbow. At an angle, too, coming down. Looks badass.
Right? Tony prevails.
Jaw prevails.
Jaw prevails.
Jaw prevails. Jaw feels.
Right? Continuing off what he did in Ongbak.
Yeah.
And Protector.
Jaw prevails.
To the point that Iko wants to join in on the fight himself. In particular, just for that revenge against Tiger.
Yeah.
Because he realized that Tiger's about to sign up.
Yeah.
Like he's about to go into the ring. I guess Iko...
Want to try. I want to put my quarter in. He puts a quarter, gives a quarter to the guy, and then he goes in and fights. I know this. Nice.
Street Fighter reference, y'all.
Hell yeah.
Story continues. Jacka and Long Fei, they get in the ring. They're about to fight.
Nice.
No salutes, no nothing, just straight into it. Jacka is that angry. He's that fueled to get that revenge. And, you know, when he got him in that chokehold, he said, "Do you remember me? You killed my wife. For this, I will kill you." And right, they continue fighting, and you know, it's definitely good back and forth. It's good exchange.
Volleying, yeah.
So fluid. Like I just wonder who was in charge of the choreography.
Yeah, it's
you know?
like, well, how is it so hard for American directors to do that? Just pan out and let them do it.
Right? With Jesse Johnson behind the camera, you know, he's definitely let him do their thing, but, you know, the way it's edited, too, like, it's not
too choppy.
It's like it has good pace in between shots, and, like, the hits connect, and it just continues to flow.
Jesse knows he's actually working with martial artists. It's where that you can't kill their flow. Dude. Compared to, like, you know, the Avengers. you need stunt doubles.
Yeah.
Because they don't have that agility or whatever cardio to do all that shit.
Definitely not. And
Yeah.
you know, it just really shows how much better martial arts is on screen when it comes down to action.
Yeah.
You know, and it's the difference between Hong Kong style between American style.
Yeah.
Like you said,
Yeah.
Jesse understands who he's working with.
And again, in American martial arts, you get bits and pieces of martial arts where it's applicable.
Yeah, dude.
And then internet, you get all day martial arts.
Right.
It's like as if like Jesse really just focused on the military, but they let him do the action.
Yeah, dude.
The fight scenes.
Yeah.
And he sits back and lets them choreograph it themselves. Especially like with Michael Jai.
Yeah.
Scott Adkins, veterans.
Yep. Continuing on this fight, the exchange does get intense. That injury to Iko's arm, that gunshot wound, it's wearing down on him, you know. He can't go full extension, he can't go full expression with his art of silat, and Tiger is just able to find weaknesses, wear him down even faster.
Yeah.
And, you know, Long Fei wins, you
It's
know.
the match. And then
Right.
they recognize it's the guy from the camp.
Hey, I know that guy.
So he's telling himself that. They all have the same voice.
You remember them? They remember you. Iko, we love you.
Yeah, man. Wu Assassin.
Well, that's another episode, y'all. But this story continues. After recognizing Jacka, they take him back to the pad.
Nice.
You know, they clean him up, they fix his wound, they let time heal the wounds and have him, Jacka, come to.
Yeah.
And when he did, they offered him some food.
And explain everything.
It's like so casual.
Yeah.
You killed my wife.
Ate the fried rice first.
You invade my village. This is good food. It's like so casual, like, no hate.
For real.
But again, like Tiger Chen being the Tai Chi master, he was able to stay calm and be patient and be saying, no, we were double crossed.
Yeah.
Right? Like, calmly himself.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like now Jacka kind of has better understanding of gating Collins out, or
Yeah. How to lure them out.
yeah, how to find this terrorist group,
Yeah.
you know?
And they feel using them for bait.
Yeah, and that bait being, you know, first they celebrate, they cheers, they drink the rest of the night away until they get knocked out, right?
Yeah.
You know, and then Iko was able to leave that following morning or whatever, and as the guys wake up,
They get raided. Or,
yeah, they get raided by the police
Yeah.
because supposedly Iko calls the police on them.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
you know, they get taken in and they end up behind bars at the Thailand police station, right?
Yeah. And get questioned and all that.
Right. Story continues. Now we get to meet the philanthropist Tian Zhaoxian, and she's just being interviewed and telling her goals and aspirations as such Harris and the changes that she wants to make to the city and just to make a positive change. However, that's going to interrupt the crime syndicate's plans or just the operations that they got going on, and in order for that to keep going, she has to get, you know, Tian has to get taken out of the picture to the point where Collins and his crew gets hired to assassinate her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So after that little interview, you know, she's about to go back to the Chinese embassy. She's being escorted by her crew, her bodyguard. But then here is Collins and the crew, you know, the
Oh.
terrorist group. They're wreaking havoc. They're shooting everybody but Tian. Like, that's weird. They have
Right.
they have no aim. There it is.
Right. As if they want to take her first.
Maybe.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
whatever it may be, but it's always something
They
with
miss.
It's it's just something with me. Like in these kind of shootouts, you always miss.
With machine gun.
And you guys are supposed to be marksmen.
Yeah.
But the shootout continues. You know, they're trying to keep Tian safe. Madame Liang, her bodyguard, is doing her best to protect her, showing off her badassery with the gun.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't enough with the firepower that Collins and the crew had.
Yeah.
But during the shootout, Tian was able to run away and find the nearest cab and just asking for help.
Yeah.
You know, like take me to the police station or just taking me away from here, whatever it may be, right? And, you know, being chased down by the terrorist group, but she gets away just in time, and the terrorist group follows her, right? They said she got away. Seems like she's gonna go to the police or something. Like Collins was like, we're gonna go there. That's where we're gonna go, and we're gonna do it. But just so happened, Paiyu and Long Fei are at this exact same police station,
They intertwine.
right? So this is where the story intertwines and everything is about to get answered as far as where is Iko at this point? Where is Jacka?
Yeah, where is he?
Right? Story continues. Tien makes it safely at the police station. However, Collins and the crew are right on her tail.
Damn.
You know, she arrives there, but there's a language barrier. She's trying to talk to the Thailand police that there's a shootout, they're after her, and, you know, she needs help, but they don't understand her, right?
Yeah.
There's that language barrier.
Right.
Luckily enough, there was a TV right above her, and she was on it. You know, she was just like, oh, look, that's me. I just gave an interview. Look. Oh, look, it is her. But one thing about that, like, if they had a language barrier problem, how did the taxi driver understand her?
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like, how did the driver know that she wanted to go to the police station?
Yeah.
So, but story continues. Since Long Fei is there, he knows Mandarin and Cantonese himself.
Yeah.
So he's able to translate what she needs. But before the problem can get resolved, you know, here's Collins and the crew wreaking havoc. You know,
Shooting up the place.
Shooting up the police station.
Man with no remorse. Damn.
They got the balls to do that. Collins and the crew going in one by one, just trying to find Liang and killing anybody who's getting in the way.
Yeah, dude. Like, there's no, like, oh, we have jurisdiction, or, like, they didn't use their power.
No. Just the gun was their power.
Yeah.
Right? And Tony, being interrogated in the other room, was hearing a commotion.
Yeah.
And was able to get free from those handcuffs. Tiger and Tien were trying to stay safe, and him understanding what the problem is now.
Yeah.
So now his job is to protect her.
Yeah.
The fight scene in this police scene was, again, like, the choreography was awesome.
Yeah.
You know, the fight scene between Tony Jaa and the guy with the horn-rimmed glasses.
Yeah. One of the mercenaries.
Yeah, it's totally what you expect from Tony Jaa. Like, you're seeing classic Muay Thai.
Yeah. I like it how they did make it easy for him to win. You know what I mean? It made it a challenge.
There was always a story behind the fight scene.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
Good balance. Yeah. Especially given his height and his build. Yeah, he really worked for it.
To the point where, you know, the mercenary looked like he almost had his way, but here comes Iko. You know,
Yeah.
Iko comes in and saves the day with the gun, surprisingly enough. But, you know, for Iko, that's his revenge. You know, that's the same mercenary that was shooting up his village,
Yeah.
and which caused the death of his wife. So him shooting that mercenary was just revenge for his wife.
Yeah.
Just like the Crow.
Yeah.
One by one, he's just going down the list of the mercenaries, right?
Yeah.
Right? And then Tony was like, hey, man, you betrayed us. Like, no, I needed to lure them out. So Jacka lured them out by giving an anonymous tip to Collins as far as where Tien may be.
Yeah.
Right? Surprisingly enough, I don't know how he knew that.
Yeah.
But in the same police station, you have Long Fei fighting another mercenary.
Yeah.
And, you know, in that fight, you know, you're just seeing Tai Chi fight style or Wushu or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
But it's like, you're able to see him flow from different styles, if whatever it
Yeah.
be. Or he's able to adapt.
It's like a breath of fresh air, though. Like seeing a different style, like on the big screen. Like, whoa. You know, it's not always, you know, Bruce. It's not always
Jet Li.
or Jackie. Or Tony, for that matter. But just seeing another different martial arts, it's awesome.
Yeah,
You
dude.
know, different styles.
And Long Fei prevails. He was able to, you know, beat him, escaping with Payu and Tien. Like,
Yeah.
because Jacka was able to,
Stalling them, like, go.
like,
Making a way for them to get away while he holds back Collins and them.
because Jacka ends up fighting Mook. And, you know, it was pretty good, even match. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It
yeah.
looked like she knew her Muay Thai or knew Silat herself.
Yeah.
And, you know, she was definitely given a fight. But sadly,
Wow.
blown up with her own grenade launcher.
Yeah.
So you guys have to watch that for yourselves.
But I think Jacka just pressed the wrong trigger.
Man, like, he didn't expect that.
Yeah,
you
he
know?
looked at it too like, oh shit.
I didn't.
I'll remember that.
I remember this.
I'll remember this.
I must go.
Antonio Banderas. John Juan Van Damme.
Yeah, he does. He does sound like him though.
He does look Filipino though.
Indonesia and Philippines are not too far off. It's
No
like
way.
even though
Just one boat trip away.
yeah, right.
That's where the comic books are. On their island.
We love you, Go.
We love you, Go.
Story continues where this gets a little more interesting. Where I, Jacka. So it gets interesting because Jacka teams up with Collins, pretending to ally with them and to convince that they can get Tien.
But Collins doesn't know that Jacka knows Payu and Long.
And Payu calls Collins and offers that exchange.
Yes.
You know, that whole money exchange and the freedom,
100K
right?
in exchange for Tien.
Right. And all they asking is to meet at a certain destination.
Right.
Collins, they verbally agree. However, he tells his crew to use whatever remaining cash they got to hire shooters to kill off Payu and Long Fei. Right, so it's like another double cross. So yeah, we'll meet you there, but you don't know what we got waiting for you.
Right.
You know, type deal.
For sure, it's always a catch.
However, Payu, Tony Jaa's character feels like they need to be prepared, so he hits up his old boss that he used to do jobs for.
Right.
Right, and this guy is just armed to the teeth. You know, he got everything from guns to whatever you name it. He probably got it.
Looks like Snake Eyes' closet.
For real, dude.
Snake Eyes in Storm Shadow.
Man, it's like talk about G.I. Joe.
For real. Ninja weapons and guns.
Martial arts.
Total Deadpool. Deadpool's closet, right?
Right, so they get equipped themselves preparing for this meetup. Fast forward, Long and Tien meet up with Collins at this designated area while Payu, Tony Jaa, does his thing, swiftly gunning down the hired gunmen, taking them down one by one and just giving them that breather, you know, for a possible escape at the end. You know, in hopes of surviving this whole thing.
Yeah. Smart Payu would think.
During this scene, you get more martial arts, dude.
Yeah, man.
And you really gotta appreciate Tai Chi, dude, and just what Tiger Chen provides, and that fight scene that...
Oh man, that shit was badass.
It's like for Tiger Chen to come out the way he did, and having that Bruce analogy get shown. If you're gonna use a brick, use a brick.
Yeah.
You use broken glass, use a broken glass.
Yeah.
Right? Tiger Chen ended up having to use a cinder block.
Cinder block,
right?
yeah.
Surprisingly enough, the same cinder block that you would use in martial arts training.
Yeah, or competition.
Yeah.
When you break the bricks,
Right.
break the cinder blocks, yeah.
I mean, Joey wasn't being fair himself. He had his AK or his, you know, M16, whatever it may be.
On top of his belt.
Yeah,
and
so
his body, muscles.
So Long Fei had to do everything he could.
Again, I can't stress this enough. Like this movie, the way they portrayed the martial arts fight against guys 10 times bigger than they are, it really shows martial arts at its purest.
Yeah, dude.
That it's not muscle. It's focus and intent and simple and direct.
The simplicity of the movement.
Yeah, it's not a knockout style. It's martial arts, how you move your body.
Yep.
Because the way he was moving him, chopping him down, it's like blade work.
Seriously.
Right?
And the speed on top of that, how do you guard that?
Yeah, it's like mind flow.
Right? And knowing how big Bisbing was, it's like
Exactly.
your muscles couldn't block that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So muscles aren't what they cut out to be. Yeah, it provides power, but it's more chi.
Yeah, it goes for Iko as well.
Right.
Like going up against Michael and Scott.
Right.
They're both big guys.
Dude, for real.
And 3 small guys. Right? But really showcasing their martial arts.
Yeah, dude.
That's why it's fucking awesome.
Long Fei prevailed, but the fight scene shifted to Iko and Michael Jai White go at it, right?
Yeah.
And prior to this fight, you just have these two beefing right at the gate.
Yeah.
Because Michael Jai White's character, Devereaux, has some bad vibes off of Iko.
Yeah,
like,
his intuition.
Right?
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Iko isn't...
Who he says he is.
Tension's boiling up, and you're just waiting for that point to spill over. And this fight scene was that.
Yeah, man.
You know, the way Iko and the way that Michael Jai White was exchanging. Again, like you were talking about size difference.
Yeah.
And like an Encelat versus, I don't know, would you say karate?
Like everything you saw in Blood and Bone.
Like he was able to add in wushu and stuff, and then the Superman punch
his
from
roundhouse kicks.
right?
Yeah.
That taekwondo, like he mixes it in all in there, and that's what's pretty cool. And it's like you don't know what to expect from Michael Jai White. Yeah, he seems all size, but he's quick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He's agile.
Yeah, and like which made it a challenge for Iko, you know?
For sure.
To the point it shifted to where Tiger Chen had to help him step in, right? And like this fight got even more thrilling and awesome. It's like, holy shit, this is like martial arts at its purest right here, you know what I'm saying? Like, for every martial arts fans, like this should be on your wish list. You know what I mean?
sure.
It's like if you guys are fans of these 3 gentlemen on screen at once, it's like it's a treat for us all.
It's kind of like a reverse in Kiss of the Dragon, where Jet Li goes against the Taekwondo twins.
Oh yeah, that's right. In the office scene a little bit, right? That's pretty cool. Like that kind of story concept gets gets reused, you know, and you know through a different lens, if you will.
First Strike too, as well, the giant.
Oh, against Jackie Chan.
Yeah, protector.
Yeah, and the fight continues to the point where Tiger Chen was no match. You know, he gets thrown down a staircase, breaking the banister, which creates a sharp point.
Yeah.
You know, one of the banisters was sticking out.
Thank God he didn't land on that.
Yeah, seriously, dude. But Iko was able to find his opportunity, and he did like a flying kick, you know, double kick, whatever it may be, and it pushed Michael Jai White into to that point and, killed him instantly.
Yeah.
So, Iko and Tiger prevails, but I feel like it could have been a better way, but without the whole cliche martial art death touch. But I don't know how else you can choreograph a fight scene without like cliche Bruce Lee's intense stare down, or
maybe like him doing the double kick and then something landing on him instead of him falling on it, like the building crumbling and just killed him.
Either or kind of seems probable given the location.
It would have been cool if he kicked him out the window.
Oh yeah.
And then just landed on the ground, whatever. Straight 90s.
Seen that in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, right.
So I didn't like to see Michael Jai go down like that. I wanted to
in glory.
Yeah, a little bit.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like it's kind of weak with it.
Yeah.
Saying a black belt at that, and I die like this.
Yeah. But the story had to end somehow, as far as the narrative goes. But this story continues where the fight between Tony Jaa and Scott Adkins go down. I'm like, man, now this is round one between these two, though.
This is probably next to him versus Latif.
Oh, man.
Just the moves in this one, straight Street Fighter.
Yeah, dude. It's like as if like Scott Adkins was like Guile.
Yeah.
Right? Like the
general. Right, Bison or some shit.
Like he did in Ip Man 4.
Yeah.
Right? Just that whole persona and totally reminds me of Guile.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like the big swings, the kicks, whatever.
Yeah.
With the boots on top of that.
Dude, seriously.
The military pants.
Yeah.
Just very Americanized.
But he's British.
British, right?
Or real military action grit. It's like when you see that, you hear Scott Adkins.
It's General Adkins.
We salute you, mate.
Thank you, mate.
But this fight scene between them two, it's like this is like a wish list too, man. Just being a fans of both of these martial arts all-stars, like for them to finally go at it, it was just so cool. And then to add Iko into the mix, because it went to another 2-on-1 type fight.
Yeah.
Right? So they had Iko and Tony going up against Scott Adkins.
So then Tony and Scott fought again.
That's like a second round for them. But before Iko stepped in, he called the Chinese embassy.
Yeah.
And he gave another anonymous tip where Tien is.
Yeah.
However, as the authorities are on their way, Iko gets thrown over the banister, or he just gets knocked out. He's out of the picture for a while, but he did his part. You know what I mean? As far as revenge, maybe.
Yeah.
But here's round two with Payu and Collins.
Fire in the background.
Dude, it's like
epic scene.
Again, that wish list is coming true. Like for every martial arts fan, this is the fight scene that you have to watch over and over again.
Yeah.
Again, 20 years into Tony Jaa's career, his Muay Thai wasn't stale. Like it seemed modified. His stance wasn't that traditional Muay Thai stance. He was just like a boxer type. Like he was shimmying. You know what I'm saying? It's like, whoa, what is this? Like a little cockiness to it. You know what I mean?
It was like he still took from Ong Bak, but then just made it more crisp.
Yeah, dude.
He felt more comfortable.
Right.
His own JKD, if you will.
Yeah, and just the way he was just exchanging with Scott Adkins.
Kind of like how Bruce was acting in Game of Death. The final scene, just that cockiness, like I already know my shit.
Seriously, dude.
I developed it so much, I know my shit.
Right. And hey, to the point, Scott Adkins or Collins had no answer. He kept getting caught. And that distance kept getting greater and greater, and it's like he couldn't get close. Like Payu was just that quick. He had to answer to everything that Collins was going to throw. They kept exchanging, Tony to get him with like a back elbow.
Yeah.
But prior to that, he got him with like a backwards, like a horse kick in a way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Broke the rhythm.
Yeah. And it's like
hella confident.
Right.
As if like Jesse, the director, was playing Street Fighter. Like that scene, just like from side to side, looked like fucking Street Fighter. Especially the moves, the combos that the Tony Jaa was.
Man.
He seemed like a little slight Wing Chun, right?
Maybe that was because of working with a Max Zhang.
Yes,
right?
yeah.
Exchanging.
Yeah.
And like, oh, maybe I can use this in Muay Thai. Right? Because how Max Zhang's style almost mirrored Muay Thai.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Very elbow-orientated, structured.
Elbow-friendly.
Yeah. And then Tony throws a oblique kick.
Yeah.
Like Bruce.
Man. You just have to watch it. Yes. But you already know that Jaa prevails. It's like Collins tried to pull a knife, but Payu had a bigger knife.
Double knife.
Right? Stabbed him in the chest and just gave a flying knee.
Yeah, his signature flying. I feel that's his signature.
Signature flying knee, yo.
Hell yeah.
And
sick.
What did he say? Talk. No more talk. a lot of shit talkers out there.
Yeah.
You know, it's like if you're gonna talk your shit, you better have the work to back it up. But for Collins in this circumstance, it did not work out. You know.
Nope. Sorry, Scott. Not this time.
However, we do get a little horror moment. One of the mercenaries still comes back, right? I think it was Joey, right? Bisbing, right?
One last scare.
Right? Like, damn, he survived that cinder block hit. Man, I don't know.
Probably game 2. There's gotta be internal bleeding there somewhere, like your skull's crushed.
But however, it's a horror moment, right, y'all? It's a thriller for a reason. He comes to, grabs a little pistol, it seems.
Yeah.
But here's Tien showing her badassery,
Yep.
right? She shoots him down. She shoots down Joey.
Thank you, Selena Jade. Nice shooting there.
And surprisingly enough, she didn't shoot Payu.
He's surprised that you didn't shoot him.
For real, dude.
Not that he saved his life.
They shoot around him.
Right.
Thank you for not killing me after all of that.
Shoot. No more shooting.
This story wraps up where it's a happy ending, you know? You see all 4 of them at this bridge, catching their air, catching the nice scenery, the sunrise, if you will.
Yeah.
You know, they're in their battle-damaged clothes, but Tien's clothes is still white. Maybe a little bit dirty here and there, but it's still white.
What an all-nighter, though, huh? It felt like a rave. Right? Like high energy, a lot of like...
Especially in that abandoned place.
Yeah, man. Head banging, you know, literally.
Man.
Then everybody comes out dirty.
Here is Madame Liang rolling in the, I don't know, the company embassy car or whatever it may be, but...
After getting patched up.
Yeah, and she's here to pick up Tien, right? And...
But not the guys.
No.
Just Tien.
Thank you for your services.
Right, we'll take it from here.
What the hell?
I thought you remembered me.
I thought you remember my plan. Right, and he explains his plan and on how he gave another anonymous tip to this crime syndicate.
Yeah, I told you I had a plan.
I told you. But man, what a plan, what a way to intertwine all of these characters for a revenge story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
2 birds with 1 stone. Right?
Yeah. You know, talk about someone with a lot of resources.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't seem like Jacka did, but he made do with what he had, what was available to him.
It's like Jacka knowing that Long and Peiyu got double-crossed is as if he was rewarding them, like giving them a revenge for them as well. It's like everyone gets to eat their cake too, right?
Yeah. For a simple storyline, you know, like I don't think it really needed any more explanations.
Yeah.
You know, or any more whys. Like, why'd you do this? Or why'd you do that? Or why you don't remember me? You know, stuff like that.
For sure.
So that was Triple Threat, y'all. Again, if you see this cast and you're a fan of just one of them, you know it's going to be worthwhile for you. At the end of this movie, you're going to wish more of this. You know, more of this stardom on one screen, more feature collaborations.
More of these fight sequences.
Right?
And direction.
Right? And just the possibility of more martial art superstars to come to light and just the next generation.
Yeah.
Right?
Thankfully, the indies are trying to come up.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Can't sleep on the indies, y'all.
You can definitely tell the difference between passion indie film compared to a Hollywood-driven movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like Triple Threat had a $10 million budget and it didn't make much. I don't know if that was based off of American dollars or overseas, but it just seemed like it didn't make enough. However, it had the same emphasis that Expendables would have. Right? It's just the only thing you're missing is just that 80s star power or just that recognizable name that you grew up watching as a kid or whatever it may be, right? But just the martial arts aspect. You know, so if you guys are fans of martial arts and what these guys provide, you have to watch this movie.
Right. And if you are a martial arts enthusiast, it's like, bad story or not, it's like you wait for those scenes.
Mm-hmm. But this movie, surprisingly enough, good story and good fight scenes.
Yeah.
Right?
And granted, the given space, or the space they were giving in these action scenes, there were no wires. Everything was really compact, isolated. It's just all human beings.
Yeah, dude. I mean, typical crime...
Hard-boiled shit, yeah.
Syndicate type film. You know, it's not going to win Oscars or anything, but for those who are fans of this genre, and again, martial arts, this movie is for you. You know, forget Expendables 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Forget about those. However, Expendables 4.
Yes.
Expendables 4.
What about it? What about it?
they did cast Tony Jaa and Uwais in there.
Nice.
So Stallone definitely knew what he needed to do.
Yeah.
And
What he kind of maybe missed out on.
yeah, he knew what he needed to add to the Expendables franchise, you know. And for those two guys, you know, Iko and Tony and their careers, you know, it's well deserved. You know, to be on an American-based film with that stardom, with that cast,
Yeah.
that says a lot, man. That's really breaking barriers. That's really crossing paths together, you know.
Yeah, you're like on the top shelf, so to speak, now with the tried and true veterans of action.
It's like everyone knows you now. It's like
Yeah.
you're definitely internationally known now, right?
Like Action Stars Hall of Fame.
Yeah, for real, dude.
Right. From Bruce to Arnold, Chuck.
Dude, Jet Li, especially,
Jet Li.
right? But Bruce paved the way for other martial artists, and you know, we still got legends on that screen with them, you know.
Shout out to Jackie. You know, I mean, I could have wished he was like in Ip Man 4 or Expendables 4, but I guess they really are just rumors, you know what I mean? But kind of wish he was in it.
Yeah,
Give him like a little 5-minute action sequence.
Jackie's repertoire as far as being a martial artist and what he provides,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's a lot in his contract. You know, as far as like what you want from a Jackie Chan sequence.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't know if Expendables would have enough budget or if the story would tell that kind of style.
With all those casts start.
Yeah, dude. Maybe for Expendables 5.
Yeah.
You know, maybe Jackie was busy with something.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Jackie is doing another Karate Kid version where he's a little older.
Yeah.
So, you know. But it's just another level for Tony and Iko now. And it's like, again, us being fans of theirs, it's a big one for them. I mean, it's definitely a star-studded cast. But the main one is Tony Jaa.
Yeah.
Right? Tony Jaa making his name still known in martial arts genre.
Yeah.
You know? I feel like he's still in his peak.
Yeah.
As far as showcasing Muay Thai.
Still with no wires.
No wires,
And I
yo.
was amazed that he was able to do some moves still.
And seeing Iko in this film, just coming off of Great Redemption 1 and
Yeah.
2, that movie was the one that made his name.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
Tiger Chen, Man of Tai Chi.
Yeah.
That really brought him to light. You know, just co-starring with Keanu Reeves.
Yes, which is another great film.
Right.
Good martial arts film.
And then Scott Adkins. You know, just from doing Ninja and then being in Ip Man 4.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then Undisputed with Michael Jai White.
Yeah.
Right. And then just Michael Jai White doing Blood and Bone, Never Back Down 2, 3.
Black Dynamite.
Black Dynamite, yeah. Granted, they don't have the 80s stardom that the Expendables had.
Yeah.
But just adding real action, real martial arts to this movie proves that it's better than Expendables. Because, you know, Expendables is just guns blazing. And then them adding Chuck Norris and Jet Li didn't really feel like martial arts.
Yeah,
you know? Again, they're just pulling from the generation of action stars, action heroes, you know?
Yes.
But, you know, for Triple Threat, y'all, a lot of emphasis on this. You guys have to watch this movie. If we were going to give our own rating, I give it a 4 out of 5. You know, I love the action sequences. The story was pretty basic. It's something you would expect out of 80s, 90s type ex-military story plot. I think the way these characters intertwined with each other felt natural, felt like it pertained to the story. There was a good flow. Nothing lagged, I felt. As far as for the third act, it kind of wrapped up a little too fast as far as who this crime syndicate is. Like, maybe we could have got a little bit more backstory on her, but maybe her being the mysterious one just played that part, you know. The third act just wrapped up a little awkwardly, you know, how everything revealed, like, oh, I always had a plan. Like,
Yeah.
what was it? Like,
Yeah, what was it?
like more of the in-between stuff, you know. But overall, I still enjoyed this movie.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely on the rewatch list. It's added to the martial arts playlist. I'm definitely want more from this cast and hopes in the future that it can happen, you know. So,
sure.
4 out of 5 for me, y'all.
Nice. Let's go for 4. I love the martial arts. Almost like American Ninja, but not ninjas, but you get that martial arts. Mixed with military, whatever. Fight scenes were great, very memorable.
Yeah,
Tony still got it, Tiger, they all got it still.
they all got it.
I feel like this is like somewhat their prime. It's like they're Enter the Dragon almost, where they have like star-studded cast around them, right? Like Bruce, you got John Saxon, you got
Jim Kelly.
Jim Kelly, Bolo. It's cool. I like it. Fight scenes, you know, I always wait for the fight scene. And if you really are enthusiasts, you'd go just for that, right?
Yeah, and the fight scenes are worth waiting for in this movie. It's like
Yeah.
it's well paced and like especially for the fight scenes, not too much.
It's cool. Like everything just intertwined to where they can have their answer and resolution.
Yeah, dude.
And you know, I'm surprised that after Jaka fought Tiger Chen in the underground fight, they didn't hold it against him at what happened to the camp. They brought him in still in hopes of explaining and gaining the trust. Then that's why trust is expensive and dangerous.
Yeah. It's
They
like,
could have just left them there and walked away, right?
can I team up with them?
His spirit saying that to them.
Should I call the police on them?
Right? So, yeah, maybe if they haven't taken him and just left them, none of that would have happened. Again, the size difference, a number one thing for me when it comes to martial arts movies. You know, you don't need special effects, you don't need no wires. You just apply your martial arts and you just see if it works. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of course, you're not going to fight like that on the street, but what you can take from it. And you don't have to use, like, spinning high kicks, you know what I mean, that you always see in the movies. It's just simple, direct, and to the point where you're trying to save your life, man.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Martial arts all the way. 4 for me. Triple threat, y'all.
Triple threat.
Please watch it.
Watch it for those fight scenes. You won't be disappointed.
Nope.
Whatever bin you guys find it in, if you guys get a physical copy, you can stream it online. It's on Tubi, if you guys are a fan of Tubi. But again, whatever bin you guys find it in, if you're a martial arts fan.
Hell yeah, man. Triple threat.
Triple threat.
Please get it. And then get a triple scoop. That's Tony, Tiger, and Eco.
And if you reach this point of the video, we highly appreciate you because we didn't know time is expensive.
Mucho.
But we love you for spending that time with us. Continue to spread the word what the brothers Nino and Oliver are doing here on Creativity and Sheath. But if you're here for the first time, please like, subscribe, and you yourself share what you just watched today.
Yes.
And definitely stay tuned for future episodes where we're going to continue talking about movies, comics, music, our own creations on the way.
For sure.
Because now we like to end this episode with a motivational quote for y'all. But if you heard this before, by all means, just let this be a self-reflection of where we are today.
In the present.
And this one is by
Lei Shu Long.
Mr. Bruce Lee.
Who's that? What's he recorded?
And it states, without frustration, you will not discover that you might be able to do something on your own. We grow through conflict. End quote.
End quote.
Definitely goes with this story. I mean,
man.
just off of those 3 gentlemen, Tony, Eco, and Tiger, you know, what they had to go through as far as being double-crossed, losing your loved one, losing your whole village.
Yep.
Like, how do you bounce back from such conflict?
Starting from scratch.
Right? Let alone just to continue on life like nothing happened for Tony and Tiger. However, Eco, you know, he had a mission. But through that growth, he was going to gain a friendship, you know, a brotherhood between 2 guys that he thought were enemies.
Yeah, sisterhood as well.
With Chen, yeah, for sure. And just her being a philanthropist, you know, what all 4 of them can do together.
Yeah, man.
Right? There's definitely a lot of growth and perspective.
You know what I liked about this movie? Tien, like how she trusted them, right? But then she didn't play those kind of characters where she questions everything and acts like entitled people. Like,
Yeah, totally.
well, I need this, I need that. No, you can't do that to me. I'm this, I'm that.
Right,
You know,
just
she went with it.
Right, just because she is
An heiress.
An heiress.
She didn't play that role, which was cool.
Yeah, she had questions, but she knew when to have an open mind.
Yeah,
right?
she was humble.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Especially that she almost died.
Yeah.
These 2 guys saved her, right?
Exactly. She didn't look at them as below her.
For sure.
Like, she didn't go to the authorities. Like, take me here. I don't need to be with you. Who are you? I don't need you. I'm an heiress. Where are the police? You know what I mean?
Especially in that scene where they got trapped in the restaurant.
Yeah.
Right? She didn't expect Bayu to be a chef, right?
Yeah.
But then after he was done with the meal, she ate it like, wow, you made this?
Yeah.
Again, like, she couldn't judge the guys that saved her. Like, they're not all what they look out to be.
She didn't feel like she was too good to eat the food.
Yeah. This guy can cook some bomb-ass food. And it's like, wow. Like, okay.
And she got the last shot, so.
Right? And again, she was able to show off her badassery.
Yeah.
So yeah, y'all, let Bruce Lee's quote be a self-reflection of where we are today and where you need to be. Next steps going forward. You and the universe are on a team together and you know yourself better. We're not going to pretend that we do, but we're just sharing the relatability that all human beings go through. No matter the levels each person's at, there is still that universal connection between us all.
Tragedy to triumph. You know, the universe always seems to work itself out, right?
Yeah, I mean, yin yang, it's forever flowing in that circle. Every human being goes through it.
Yeah.
You know, no life is perfect. There's only progress. and
Yeah.
it's all about growth.
Yeah, it may be hard, but sometimes you don't need to question why. You know what I mean? It's just part of what God wants, or, you know. Yeah, it could be difficult, but it's all part of the process.
The universe doesn't give you what you cannot handle.
Yeah, and no matter where you are, what status you are in life, it doesn't matter.
Right? It's all based off your mindset, your faith, and
Your gratitude, whatever it is.
whatever keeps you going. But that positive mindset, it may seem cliche to have, but it's something to think about. It's something to endure.
The chaos of life.
Because it's that time where we're going to say, stay creative, keep creating.
Stay independent, have your own style.
Do your best as a human being to stay motivated and to keep on going.
Yeah, man, stay positive, kill the negativity, y'all, and love yourself.
If you don't study martial arts, just do your best to be a great human being.
For sure.
Till next time, yo.
Till next time.
Peace.
Mongoy.
Do you remember me?
Talk, talk, talk. No more talk.
I remember you.